Welcome back, you guys, and let's go through the best fit for every major free agent this summer. The word major is relative here. There might be one player on here you disagree with, but he fits the criteria for me. Not all of these players are seamless fits with the teams, but it's just the best fit for the situations that are available to them this specific summer. The first player I got on here is Kemba Walker, and it's best to start with him because we pretty much already know where he's going. It is said that at 6 p.m. on Sunday, when free agency officially starts, Kemba Walker is going to be signing with the Boston Celtics. I like this fit a lot. There was a possibility that the Celtics were going to go into next season with a serious struggle to create offense at the point guard position. Plus, they needed someone good enough to set up their two young building blocks in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It could have gotten weird for Boston if they couldn't find a decent point guard, but they got Kemba, who's a slightly worse player than Kyrie, but definitely a more steady player in the locker room and on the court. The Celtics might be slightly worse than last year, but what helps here is that Kemba is locked into a 4-year contract. Not to mention, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown now have the expectation that they are no longer going to be dangled in trades. It's going to make this transition smoother. Now, Kyrie is a better passer and finisher than Kemba, but Kemba is better at drawing fouls and is more willing to take three-point shots to put pressure on the defense. The Celtics were one of the worst teams at getting to the free throw line last year, so getting Kemba is going to help a lot. The next player I have on here is Jimmy Butler, who should definitely re-sign with the Philadelphia 76ers because it's the best fit for him and the team. Is it the cleanest fit? No, but that Raptors playoff series showed you that Jimmy can take over the point guard role when Ben Simmons has a game with 7 points on 4 shots. I just don't get the Houston rumors and the Miami rumors. There's no way Jimmy could believe he has a better chance to win somewhere else than Philly. The Houston Rockets are reportedly trying to get in on a sign and trade for Jimmy Butler. I just don't get why from both angles. Jimmy was already kind of cranky on his way out of Chicago and Minnesota. In Philly, he sometimes floats in and out of games on offense to let Ben and Joel do their thing. He learned to find a balance eventually. Do the Houston Rockets really need another guy that likes to play iso ball? Jimmy is one of my favorite players, but the locker room might implode if the Rockets lose before the finals again. Just re-sign with the Sixers, run it back. The back end of Jimmy's 5-year contract is probably going to be rough, but you got to take advantage of these early years. You got a healthy Joel Embiid in an Eastern Conference where 3 teams have a shot at making the finals. Nikola Jokic doesn't exactly have a team I'd say, yo, this is a perfect fit. He's a 7-foot center that you can run the offense through or have him out at the 3-point line to open up space for other teammates. He's not good enough to lead you to an elite offense, but good enough to make you respectable. He can pass and rebound, but in a playoff series, his defense is a major issue. So it's being reported right now that the Orlando Magic are going to bring him back on a 4-year deal around $90 million. So what about other teams? I think Sacramento would be cool, but do they want to be tied down to a center that's turning 29 years old? Let's say Kemba somehow doesn't sign with Boston. I think Vucevic on the Celtics would be cool because he can do a lot of the stuff that Horford does on offense as a passer and shooter. It's still probably the Orlando Magic, even if they're going to be a treadmill team and they're going to have less flexibility in the future. I would keep trying to build off of last year with Aaron Gordon. For Kawhi Leonard, to me, the best fits are either the Lakers or the Raptors. Kawhi has it really good in Toronto. The roster is good enough right now to where he can load management his way throughout the season to stay ready for the playoffs. His college friend is the assistant coach. The Raptors have $90 million off the books in 2020, so they can reshape the roster around Kawhi and Siakam however they want to. Not to mention, no one in the local Toronto media is ever going to call him out or try to create some controversy. As a basketball fit and off-the-court fit, it's really the perfect combination, but I hate to say it to my Raptors fan that's on Twitter and watches my videos, the Lakers are probably the best fit, to be honest. But just looking at it from the basketball side, it's the Lakers. Think about it for when LeBron is 39 and doing his farewell tour or playing with his son. Kawhi will be 32, 33, and Anthony Davis will be 30 or 31. They will still be in their prime, and the Lakers can sign other players when they get the cap space in 3 years to build around those two. My prediction here is he'll sign with the Raptors, but if we're talking about creating a short-term and long-term dynasty, it's the Lakers. The best place for Kevin Durant is the Golden State Warriors. You get the most money and most years with the Warriors. You have the best basketball situation as you recover from your Achilles injury. Steph, Klay, and Draymond could carry you as you try to work back to becoming an impactful defender and offensive player. So what are the downsides to going back to Golden State? Well, not much besides you'll get made fun of by an anonymous account on Twitter and Instagram. What's my prediction? I actually think he's going to the Knicks. I know the Nets rumors have been around lately, but this feels like the LeBron to the Sixers stuff from last year. The best fit for Klay Thompson is staying with the Golden State Warriors. That's what's going to happen on June 30th. I do not want to live in a timeline where in like 10 years we look back and Klay Thompson didn't finish his career playing with the Warriors and he didn't try to make another finals run with Steph because Golden State didn't offer him a 5-year deal or he went to play somewhere else. Al Horford might not be what you consider a major free agent, but he's a player that actually matters in the playoffs. Horford can fit with anyone because he's a center that can shoot threes, set screens for 10 possessions in a row without complaining. You can use him as a passer, he's a smart defender, and he can keep up with smaller and bigger players. But he is getting older, he is 33. The other problem here is that he's asking for a lot of money over 4 years. Apparently it's around $110 million over 4 years. That is a lot for a 33-year-old that needs load management during the regular season. There's no real perfect fit here because of those things. The Mavericks fit is kinda cool, but do they want to fast track this timeline with a 33-year-old? The Pelicans are interested, but again, do you want to fast track to rebuild? I was thinking the Kings might be perfect, but the Kings play super fast, and again, he doesn't fit the timeline. There's no real best fit here, so the team I want to see him on is the Pelicans. I think he'd be a great fit next to Zion and everybody else. Kyrie Irving's best fit is, I don't really know. We've seen he's not capable of being the lead ball handler against the best defenses in the postseason, so teams should lower expectations if he's coming to you as your number one option. From a team building view, the more preferable scenario is him coming in as a 1B with another star, but Durant is going to be out all of next year, and it does not look like he's teaming up with Kawhi. LeBron and Kyrie have great on-court chemistry, and they'd make it work right away, but I doubt he wants to deal with the extra stuff that comes with, oh look, he's going back to LeBron. So I guess the Brooklyn Nets are the best option. They'll be a competitive second round team, he'll put up great numbers, he'll make All-Star every year, and I guess it'll be fun to see Kyrie try to create some on-court chemistry with new teammates. DAngelo Russell has a few teams that are pretty good fits. He's under 25 years old and he fits a timeline where you have another All-Star to build around with. Now I've seen the Lakers pop up and that wouldn't be bad. He shoots 40% on catch and shoot 3-point shots, but I just picture so many disastrous scenarios if he goes to the Lakers. The Lakers need to win a title next year or in 2021. They don't have time to wait and try to integrate somebody that excelled with the ball and then turn him into a third option. You saw what happened against Philly in the playoffs. D'Lo struggled on offense, and even if he has more offensive help with Bron and AD, he's going to have to defend guys like Harden and Dame in a playoff series, and he's not ready to do that yet. The best fit for him is a low-pressure environment like the Nets if Kyrie doesn't go there, or the Suns or the Timberwolves if they can get off a bunch of contracts, but my pick for the best fit is the Indiana Pacers. Victor Oladipo is going to be out until December or January, and the Pacers are going to need somebody to carry the offense in the regular season. They'll have Miles Turner and a defensive system that can help him out. And once Oladipo comes back, they can start developing a chemistry together possibly into the playoffs and for the 2021 season. If it's not the Nets, I hope D'Lo signs with the Pacers. The best fit for Chris Middleton is pretty much any team. He can shoot threes, he can shoot it in the mid-range, he's a plus defender, and you can play him off the ball. He's a really good player, and the Bucks can't mess around here before Giannis' free agency and let someone who helped them get to 60 wins go for nothing. The best fit for Chris Middleton is re-signing with the Bucks to a 5-year deal. There's no point in trying to create chemistry with new teammates, run it back, hope Kawhi leaves to LA, and make a finals run. Tobias Harris is the second to last player in my video, and he has a few good fits around the league. The Philadelphia 76ers fit isn't bad. The offensive and defensive rating when Redick, Butler, Simmons, and Harris and Embiid are on the floor is really dominant. They had one of the best 5-man units in the league. If I was the Sixers, I would bring him and Jimmy back and make another run at it. The playoffs showed that this Philly team can really bother teams with their size, but as an individual player, I think there's more that Tobias Harris has more to offer. He does well in an offense that involves a lot of movement. If the Nets back out at the last minute with Kyrie and bring back DAngelo Russell, he'd fit in nicely in Brooklyn's equal opportunity offense that includes a lot of passing. But to me, the best fit is still Philly. Run that starting lineup back, and yeah, I did say he has more to offer, but everybody's got to sacrifice to win championships. The last player on here is DeMarcus Cousins. Like a few players on here, there's no quote-unquote best fit. The Knicks fit would be weird, the Lakers don't need him, the Celtics don't need him. I think the Clippers are going to strike out on every max free agent, and I understand the vibe coming from the Clippers is that they're not going to sign one of these B-level stars, but it's probably the best fit for him if they strike out. I don't know about the contract length, but DeMarcus is still worth signing to me. People are way too down on him at the moment. He had some awesome moments in the finals and some bad ones in the finals as well. But you can't judge everything through a finals lens. He had multiple good games against real competition in the regular season. Does DeMarcus have deficiencies? Yeah, but come on, the guy can contribute and he should go to the Clippers if they strike out. Now, what is the best fit for these players to you guys? For some of these players, I was kind of iffy about the fit on certain teams, like Al Horford, Tobias Harris, DeMarcus Cousins, and Kyrie Irving. Only a certain amount of teams have max cap space this summer, so you got to make the best of your fit. Appreciate you guys for making it to the end. I'm going to try to upload on Sunday as well before free agency officially starts, so see you guys then.